Hey, how's it going, trilogy lovers? How are you? Welcome to this new video of the channel. Today we bring a very anticipated electric skateboard that has been awaited for months. Ever since we got to know it at the International Funkausstellung in Berlin, I had an incredible desire to bring it here to the channel. And it's this Navi ST3 Pro, which has a motor with maximum peaks of 1350 W. It costs less than 700 euros and has features like a top range suspension. A decent autonomy of up to 75 kilometers and a visual appeal that I'm not going to lie to you. It's very beautiful in combination of black, gold and touches in carbon fiber, of course, with customizable LEDs. So let's get to know it and put it to the test here at Tech Ground. For all those who don't know Navi, I'll tell you quickly about this brand, as it is a major player in the world of electric mobility in France. And for years they have specialized in the development of electric scooters like the one we're going to see today. And they are making a strong impact on the market. Indeed, this ST3 Pro is the most advanced model to date. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to leave a like to support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our reviews. Now I'll leave you with what we like and with the unboxing, so you can see what was inside its box. Here we have the small box of the Navi ST3 Pro. A box that is a bit lighter than others we have tested, although it also weighs quite a bit. Let's remove the screws and open it to see what's inside the box. Here we see a completely black box with white letters, the image of the skate, the name and the model. Some notable features that we have down here. We even see the DGT approval sticker. And on the back also highlighted features and functionalities, such as the issue of wheels, suspension, traction, engines, power and so on. And inside we find the instruction manual, basic tools to adjust the handlebar, the charger, which we will talk about later, important homologation certificate, and of course the scooter itself almost assembled. You just have to fit the handlebar and adjust the screws, and that's it. Everything will be assembled. As soon as you take it out, the design hits you with a quality finish of carbon fiber, steel chassis. This looks very, very good. Well, we've already taken the scooter out of its box, so let's start by talking about its dimensions and weight. As for the unfolded size, it would be 120 centimeters long by 130 centimeters high. The handlebar width will be 60 centimeters and the base width 19 centimeters. When we fold it, its dimensions are logically reduced to 120 centimeters long by 59 high by 60 wide, which is the handlebar size. The weight of the scooter is 25.3 kilograms. We're talking about a scooter that is not very light, but it's also not one of the heaviest we've tested. And the brand tells us that its chassis is made of high-strength steel. Can support a maximum load of 264.55 pounds. On top of that, rolling and in static up to 1,000 kilograms according to what Navi tells us, okay? It features a very ergonomic handlebar, a V-shaped finish in the center, a display in the central part, very comfortable grips, and a 5-degree inclination. To make the ride much smoother and more comfortable when you're clocking up miles on the scooter, it has 10-inch wheels, tubed tires, which we will go into more depth later, front and rear polymer suspension, and 3 types of brakes, as it has a drum brake at the front, a disc brake at the rear, and also in the engine itself. An electric brake that will help us save energy and recharge it, okay, in quotes, to give the engine a little more power. And in general, the aesthetics are very well finished with front and rear lights. The front light is tiltable. It can be adjusted with a carbon fiber finish on its sides with these reflectors and these red, green, blue LED panels, which are 2 strips that we can configure. We will talk now, also later, and very importantly, the European certification and Spanish approval with this plate that it has here. This indicates that as it complies with DGT regulations, it will be approved for circulation on Spanish roads, since electric scooters are becoming more popular in Spain these days. For the rest, a very well finished design, as you will be seeing in the images. All the cables, very well collected, go through this part here. From the mast, a circular mast, we have seen other models that are square, but here they combine the circular mast with the chassis, then framed. And the part of the forks then more square. Of course, a rear fender, where the brake light will be, which really has quite intensity. So without further ado, let's get down to business, let's get to the meat of the matter. To talk about its engine, nominal power of 600 W, peak of 1350 W. located in the rear wheel with integrated traction control, and it is capable of climbing slopes of up to 28 degrees. Even with more than 100 kilos of load, enduring and maintaining the speed you carry up to 25 kilometers per hour in the suspension. In this case, Navi has bet on this design and advanced technology, which they call damping arm, which is a double front and rear suspension with polymers. It feels like you're floating. It's very, very comfortable. And the truth is that it feels very soft when you're above different types of pavements. But remember, as I mentioned earlier, if you're over 100 kilos, the suspension will definitely be impacted. You'll notice that I don't weigh 100 kilos, but 65 kilos instead. But then it is true that people who have tried it with me say that, well, the moment you pass 100 kilos, the suspension is not as efficient. Okay? As for the wheels, it has 10-inch tubeless tires, which will make us forget about punctures. They come without a tube and with a sealing system. They are perfect for the city, for road riding. And the truth is that I have also gone on trails and the wheels respond quite well. They don't have exquisite grip, they slide a little. Even with traction control in sand, as expected. When braking, you notice a slight slide, but overall they perform very well. The battery that we will carry here on the 48-volt platform of 12,750 mAh and 596 watt-hours, a real autonomy tested by me. Going more or less at about 25 kilometers per hour, practically at the maximum. It has been about 20 kilometers, 25, okay, going up hills, obviously pushing the scooter to the maximum. So I believe that if we go to an eco mode or we go at a speed that is not very high, yes, we will be able to easily exceed those 50 kilometers. And I don't know if we can reach up to 75, which is the most efficient at the moment when they have the best conditions. But I believe that the autonomy of this Navi is quite considerable, okay? Now, I must point out a negative aspect. The charging time of the Navi ST3 Pro's battery. And that is 10 hours. Have I told you before in the unboxing about the transformer issue that I would comment on? With a maximum output of 70 watts. 10 hours seems a bit excessive, especially for users who work with the scooter or who have to commute daily for their work. I think not everyone can withstand 10 hours or does not have the physical time to arrive, leave it charging, and the next morning go to work. So the negative point I give to this ST3 Pro is the charging time. It is true that the scooters are always between 6 to 8 hours, 5 hours if they are with a double charger or fast charge. But in 2025, with current times, practically all devices have fast charging. I think it's a point they could have reinforced. The autonomy, as I mentioned, depends on the conditions and the driving mode we are in. It will be 75 kilometers going at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour according to the brand. I think it will be a bit less. 65 kilometers at 12.4 miles H and 55 kilometers at 15.5 miles H. I'm telling you, I had the battery almost full at 90%. It's been around 30 kilometers, possibly up to 35 at most, but definitely not 55. I think it's a bit far when you're at the maximum and you're going uphill and you're pushing the scooter, but well, an average of 50-60 kilometers at a normal speed going slowly is very, very good. The braking issue is something that is very well finished, very well thought out by this brand. Since having the front drum brake, having the rear disc brake, and having the electric brake, we can save and feed this battery. But it is true that I have to highlight they are not brakes that stick. They are not brakes that have a maybe very abrupt power. From what I've tested, I'm unsure if they were poorly regulated when the scooter arrived to me, but from my personal opinion, I think they do not brake as much as they should. And now let's talk about the technology that this scooter has in its display. The handlebar features integrated turn signals visible from both the front and rear. The truth is that they are intelligently designed to avoid having turn signals on another part of the scooter, although it would be beneficial if they also had them below. I always say that scooters should have turn signals on all sides. Many people do not use them, but 4 points of intermittence. It would be very good and very optimal if they were regulated also a bit by law. I have mentioned the topic of the display, and it is that we have a global positioning system integrated within this display. And it would be with Apple Find Me, which we can activate from the application and always have our device under control. That, truth be told, is a great point. We have a screen that also has photosensitive cells. It can detect the ambient light and the moment we leave it. In automatic mode, the lights will turn on when it gets dark or when entering a garage or other dark place. I also talked to you before about the red, green, blue lights, that if the general lights are not on, okay? Look, I'm going to turn it off. We can't turn them on, okay? That is, and we don't have any option from the display to independently turn on the red, green, blue lights. We have to do everything from the app, okay? On the display, the only thing we're going to find are the 3 modes at the top: pedestrian mode, standard mode, and sport mode, okay? Which will give us different speeds, logically, up to 6 km per hour. Pedestrian mode is practically like walking, well, if we are in a pedestrian area, okay? Speeds of up to 12.4 miles IXH in standard mode and 15.5 miles per hour in sport mode, with a peak power of 1,350 watts. The truth is that the start is very considerable and it makes the scooter move very, very well. I have climbed all kinds of slopes with my weight without any issues, even on inclines. It does not drop below 25 kilometers per hour, obviously, with inclinations that are assumable by the scooter. We can't climb the wall, but it's good to have those modes. We can also switch between KM, H, and MPH. We are going to find the autonomy. The lines it has, which were 5 in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the reserve, totaling 4. Okay, we will also see the light system when it is on, when it is off, the Bluetooth, which is a very cutting-edge technology that I think all scooters should integrate. We have lock and unlock by proximity the moment we take out the application, okay? And configure it. As we approach, the scooter unlocks. When we leave, it locks again. The truth is that it makes it very safe to leave the scooter alone and that no one can take it away. We will also find the traction control, and of course there are other indicators if it overheats or needs some kind of mechanical repair. Okay, I've mentioned the lock issue, which we can also pin, and through the left brake lever we will be able to change the numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And by entering our code to unlock it manually as well, okay? Lastly, I want to discuss the application, which is straightforward and user-friendly. We are currently viewing the screen that I am recording. We have 3 sections. The shopping center section, where we are going to be able to see all of Navi's products, that is practically their website. The device that is at the top left, we can choose the devices that we have, and we have more products of the brand, in this case the ST3 Pro. Here, activate and deactivate Bluetooth in this part here, where it says 69 kilometers per hour. We register. Can we choose the display of autonomy? If we wanted to tell us an average of 15 kilometers per hour according to the model and range, and with estimated data that will also be extracted from the yard, we have the battery, which in this case is at 92%. Learn more if we want to be here. Take a look at the product manual, the guide, the user agreement, policies, scooter information. Check the software, the lock and unlock button, which is very simple, just drag driving record. In this case, I have reset it and I have here nothing more than 5 kilometers done. And energy recovery, in which we can choose the amount of energy we want to recover. With the electric brake, low, medium or high, the lights turn off or turn on the rear light, as you can see here, auto detection lights, which in this case would be the automatic one that I mentioned before, of the sensors and the turn light. If we want it to sound or not to sound, I personally turn it off because I don't like it to sound much. It works in the lab, such as the vehicle's ambient light that I mentioned. 15 ways to turn on and off the lights. In this case, I have to turn it on from here because I turned it off. It would simply be changing between the colors that we like the most. Always on, we have these breathing colors, which will do this kind of breathing. The different colors we are also going to choose to change between the red, green, blue. Running water would be, well, that as if it were a river, in the different colors as well, or that it goes through different stripes of alternate colors. And finally, the track will be, well, this one that we saw at the beginning, I think the header was activated. This one that is, well, much more attractive. Okay, don't leave it on and don't set a static color in green since we are here with a green background. The turbo mode is set in the acceleration adjustment. The lock I mentioned before, the Bluetooth lock, here we can set a password, lock and unlock it by proximity, activate and deactivate it. Here we have how it is configured and of course the traction control, which we can activate and deactivate whenever we want. Okay? And finally, in the scenes section, account information region, language, comments. Without further ado, this concludes everything you're seeing here about this skateboard. Have you seen any tests? We have moved through different terrains, we have done different types of maneuvers, and the truth is that it responds very well. Positive points, it has very advanced technology. With all this connectivity that I mentioned, with this beautiful finish and design, this rubber base, also with these side non-slip features and very well constructed. But negative points are the braking, obviously the weight, which is what I was telling you. And for me, a display where you could see some more necessary aspects when driving, okay? Otherwise, a scooter that is under 700 euros costs 699 euros on their page. I don't know if buying it above this price, which was its launch price, right now it's on promotion. It would be a suitable option due to high competition in the field, especially at its current price point. If you register now on the page, you will have 50 euros off and you can get the scooter for 650 euros and it is very, very advisable. I liked it a lot. I love you. In the comments, what did you think? Your opinions, if you knew Navi, if you have tried any product and any questions you have, leave it and we will see it in the comments. Of course, in the description, we leave the link so you can access their website and the marketplace. If there's additional code provided, we leave it for you to utilize. As always, thank us for being there. I hope you liked the video and see you in the next episode of TechGround. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a big like. See you soon. Thank you.